FGFRC. Well, gonna do the maiden flight on the 80mm Skyhawk A-4. Got the hump on. I'm gonna take off at my low rates for right off the bat, first flight. My low rates are gonna be 65% on the aileron, 80% on the elevator, 100% on the rudder, and 30% all the way around. Will not be needing any landing flap because it's just too windy. All right, but the wind is kind of out of the west, so right, sort of down the runway. Right, left, up, down, right, left.
Motor is up.
Timer set.
Be careful.
Set for 3.5 minutes. I'm going to stand out here for my first flight. Like I said, this is going to go to high rates for taxiing. Okay. I'm going to maiden with the drop tanks on, with the full ordnance on. Wesley at, or Wes at Motion RC seemed to think that the drop tanks, that she's more stable. So, got a 7-channel Lemon RX, Gen 2 in there. All right. Turn my gains down a little bit. Try to keep my I-14 actually
Timer reset.
on the dashboard. And we may end up switching to high rates once I get airborne, but we'll see. Alrighty. Nothing left to do but do it.
The gear is up.
Need a little bit of left aileron.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
A little bit up elevator. Very stable plane. A little more up elevator.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Yeah.
The retractor deployed.
All right.
Landing flaps. Braking and gyro off.
And what did I say about this plane is not a high alpha landing plane?
Flaps are up.
And that's exactly what I just did.
High rate. Cruise mode.
But I know she flies fine without the gear, or without the ordnance. So since it's already off, I dropped my tanks the hard way. We're now going to see how she flies without the ordnance. But she flies pretty darn good. All right. Have enough for one more takeoff and landing.
1 minute.
All right.
Takeoff flap.
Your takeoff flaps.
Flaps are up. The retracts are deployed. Landing flap. 30 seconds. Braking and off. Cruise mode. Flaps are up.
All right. And yes,
Prop is secured.
I noticed a lot more wing rock without the drop tanks. So I'm going to have to agree with Wes. Drop tanks it flies better with the drop tanks on. Very, very unusual. Usually the other way around, the planes fly a little bit better, don't have so much drag with the ordnance on, but I like the way she flies with the ordnance on. 9 seconds left
Timer reset.
on a 3.5 minute timer. Let me check my telemetry real quick. We had no holds and no flame loss. So, we look at flight log. Yeah, we're good. We are good. All right. Just wish I could get this stupid thing to stay on the dashboard. All right. And that last flight was in high rates, I think. I don't know. We'll see. On the next flight, I'll know. Got to take the hump off. Okay. To show you my setup, you got to have that 5,000 absolutely as far forward as you can get it. And I mean as far forward as possible. There's a little shelf there. That's where the blue box and the radio sit up on a little shelf. You butt up against that shelf, and that's your CG. So anything you put in there from that point back. If I put a 6,000, I'm probably still going to leave it there. Because even with the 5,000 there, she's still, point of CG seems a little tail heavy. But anyways, so that's why I'm just running a 5,000 up there and you won't have any issues. Let's see how much juice is left in the tank. Bundle of nerves, but that went really, really well. Wasn't the best landings in the world, but that's okay. That is okay. Got the KM model afterburner in there. KM models, thank you so much for the afterburner. Of course, it's kind of bright right now, hard to see anything. If I can get. That's the version 5 afterburner. The only thing, now the plane will rock back when you don't have the battery in there, but that's okay, because remember in the build we had that hard plastic antenna that you glue on the butt down there. So that helps you keep it up off the ground. Still got 56%, and that is a Turnigy 5006S, and it has a 45C discharge. Still got 56. Okay, so we had the timer set for 3.5 minutes. 4 minutes 20 seconds with taking it easy, 4 minutes hard flying on a 5000, no problem. With this kind of battery. Now your other 5000s may not do as well, but this graphene 5000, yeah, a little warm, but hey, that's a good flying plane right there. Now that is a good flying plane. Definitely a good stable 80 millimeter. And folks, the only thing I've done to the plane, now the hump just magnetics on there, strong magnets, okay? And the only thing I've done to the plane since the radio setup video is I gave her a clear coat. That's all I've done, gave her a clear coat. And these outer missiles, I painted the tips black. And they just magnetic on there. They go on the outside. And then your drop tanks go on the inside rails. And they're just magnetic also. Now the rails themselves, the inside rails glue in. These outside rails have that slide lock in place. So you can remove them completely if you want to. But there you go, folks. That is the A-4 Skyhawk from FREEWING, 80 millimeter. That was, let me get the sunlight on her. That was the Maiden, a very successful Maiden, even though I dropped the tanks on that landing. I should not have brought her in high alpha. You bring her in maybe like about that, okay? Not like that, about like that, okay? All right, folks, well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God is great, and that is the FREEWING Skyhawk. About dropped her there. Kind of cumbersome. Y'all have a good one. God bless y'all. Don't forget, stay family and friends, and then scale military jets. Bye-bye.